on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am so glad to have you to join me on this beautiful day. Here, we are excited about you being here. I keep hearing what Apostle Young said. I'm excited about your future right now. Right now. I am Dr. Judy, the host of this amazing, thought-provoking, impactful live radio show. And to all of you via radio, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the radio app, again, thank you for joining me on the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. Please do me a favor. Go ahead and call, email. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and share and tag others to get on here. The show is going to be good today. Some thoughts and things that I've been praying about and just looking at our world. And all of our world, our church world, our school world, just looking. And so why I just do an introduction right quickly and tell a few people thank you. I want you to go ahead and do that for me. Go ahead and do that. So, of course, y'all already know that my mom, Mother Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley, my dad, Mr. Sylvester George Wesley, are the reason I am who I am. Their children and grandchildren are their legacy. And I tell you, we are making things happen by the grace of God. We get to take everything that we've learned, everything that has been instilled into us as their offspring, now to bring forth their legacy in even a greater way. And because of my amazing husband, and I want to say thank you to my husband, Superintendent Jeremy Andrell, the senior pastor of Life Changers. And he allowed me, and he helps me and supports me and to build a stage and runway for you. Before I go any further, let me say thank you to the over 100 people who came through for my birthday celebration Friday. I want to thank you. Quite a few people came and left cards and said something or hugged my neck because they had other engagements. I really appreciate that you took time just to come by to say happy birthday, to hug my neck, and just to show that you appreciated me. 67 years, 67 years of life. And I want to thank all of you. I must thank my husband. My husband paid for everybody's dinner. Well, he paid for 60 people dinner that night. He paid for it. And I want to say thank you. And listen to this, y'all. I want to put in a plug for Midtown and Third Restaurant. Midtown and Third Restaurant served every last one of us. That's Eric and April. They're the owner of Midtown and Third. Y'all, the place was packed. And they served. Not one time did they give us excuse me. Now, one time did they give an attitude? Not one time were they frustrated. If they were, they didn't show it. Every plate of food of 60 people came out hot. They kept the drinks refilled. Y'all know how we do sometimes. We just run people here and there, and they did it. And I want to put a plug out. If you're having a big party, go rent that room out on the patio. They served us well. And I want you all to go and visit them. If you haven't, go and visit them. We had crabs and pork chops and shrimp. What else they had? Tender fingers. And any side that you wanted. But it was phenomenal. And my husband paid for it. That was my gift from him to you. And what that was all about, just to say thank you. I really want to thank Life Changers. We have the best members for us ever. They are there with us, they're praying for us, and I really want to thank them. I really want to tell Life Changers members thank you on my birthday. They serve with us. They don't serve us, they serve with us. And I love them. We've been through the thick and thin, and guess what? Those who are there been through the thick and thin with us. And I want to say thank you. And then there's so many people in this community who have been there. And I want to say thank you to you too. And so that was my birthday gift to you. And my husband paid for everything. So, sweetheart, again, thank you so very much. And I love him. And y'all, that what made 45 years. You just do what you do, right? And for 45 years, 46 years, he has been giving me whatever I want on my birthday. And I want to say, sweetheart, thank you so very much. My sister Carolyn was able to come. She and her husband came in and surprised me. Oh, what a surprise that was. That was a happy, joyous surprise. And Carolyn, I thank you and Doug for your sacrifice. They drove in to be with me, and I want to thank them so very much. My oldest goddaughter, she was here recruiting, but she flew in from Kansas and since she was here, when she saw it on Facebook, she knew that she was gonna come and be with me, and I appreciate all of that. So I said all of that to say thank you to my husband, my sister, my other two sisters. Y'all know they would be here, but due to circumstance beyond their control, they weren't able to be here this time, but they were here. Y'all better know that they were here. Man, I love my family, and of course, my sister Cindy in Scotland. Y'all continue to pray for her. I want to say this. I appreciate the people on Facebook who know me and have built a special relationship with her for your contacting her, your inboxing her. I thank you. I thank you because that means a lot to me, but that means a lot to her. And I want to thank you that you care about my family enough um, to go and do that. So I greatly appreciate that. That means she has given me the names of the people who done that. And when I see you, I'm gonna hug your neck and tell you thank you. And of course to Priscilla John Lewis who keep marketing these shows, putting out flyers and every public service announcement and just putting it out. Thank you. Thank you. And Carolyn, my baby sister again, who's producing the show right now, I want to thank y'all. I want to thank you. So, um, and and to the audience, I want to thank you all as well. All right. And to everybody, thank you. I want you to remember I am only as great and big as my team. Thank you all for being a part of my team. Thank you for choosing to take a seat at the table to invest 1 hour of your valuable time with me today. So, my mission over the next 50 minutes is simple yet profound, and it is to speak to your hearts and remind all of us that we are all Black history. That's what I'm going to talk about today. We are all Black history. We are all Black history. And when I say we are all Black history, I mean everybody. Black, white, Asian, uh, Chinese, well, yeah, everybody. We are all Black history. And so I want to, and I want to talk about that. We are Black history aligns with the concept of the great cloud of witnesses. History isn't just the past, it's the present. History isn't just the past, y'all, it's the present. And I am one, and probably like the millions of other blacks and whites and other people, period, that you can't celebrate Black history in 28 days. I celebrate Black history every single day. Every single day I celebrate it. I do. I talk about it, and I am it. I am Black history, but so are you. We all are Black history. And so, but this is the thing right here. In Matthew 12:25, said, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house divided against itself would not stand. So Martin Luther King Jr. said, "We must learn to live together as brothers or sisters, or perish together as fools." Okay, we got to learn to live together, and it is not about the color of our skin. We're going to talk about that. And here's the root of the friction: lust, envy, and jealousy. Okay, lust, envy, and jealousy. And these are just feelings, they are spiritual and social traps that break community bonds. James 3 and 16, for where envy and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. Theodore Roosevelt said, when we compare our thousands to someone else's 10,000, we stop seeing a brother and start seeing a rivalry. And sometimes, y'all, we don't like to really deal with truth. We don't like to really deal with truth. I remember I wanted to run for an office, and I got a call to tell me, don't run for secretary. What they didn't understand is that was an insult to me, simply because when I was in ninth grade, my guidance counselor told me in ninth grade, in 10th grade, and 11th grade that the best I could be was somebody's secretary. And guess what I'm worst at? Being a secretary. I am not a good secretary at all. But to have someone to call me to tell me, don't run for the position I want to run to, but to run for secretary. And then when others found out that I was going to run anyway, and I told some others, I'm going to run. She called and asked me to run for secretary, but no. And then people got mad. That's truth. You don't get mad because of truth. That was an insult to me. And I wanted to tell the whole group, don't do that. You don't call somebody and tell them, don't run for a secretary. No. In my mind, the only thing, they never talked to me. I asked for a conversation, asked to talk to some other, but they never talked because we don't want the truth. Well, some people don't want the truth. They don't want to deal with what really is. And so because of that, we start dividing and fighting and all this kind of stuff, but that's not what this is about. Okay? I want you to understand, Saul loved David. Saul loved David. He loved David. David could sing the devil out of him. God allowed evil spirit to come on, and then David would go and sing for him. But then something happened. Saul's love turned to eyeing David, suspicion, the moment the song changed. And Saul was very wroth, and the saying displeased him. And he said, they have ascribed unto David 10,000, and to me they have ascribed but 1,000. And Saul eyed David from that day forward. Saul allowed the voices of the people to dictate how he felt about his own family. And I want to challenge you. Are you letting the people or social media likes make you hate your brother or your sister? We're family. And I'm going to get into this. And I'm going to dive into how we are all Black history, because I find it disheartening to hear and watch how so many Black people have worked hard to get to the top. And now they're being brought down because of the color of their skin. And how people are agreeing with this unnecessary evil, unnecessary hate and jealousy. That it doesn't make any sense. I know where it comes from, but it doesn't make any sense. We have to realize that we are the living, breathing chapters of Black history. That's all of us, every single person, every single person. But instead of celebrating that, we are tearing the pages out of our own book with jealousy. All of us are in the chapters of Black history. Every single person. Remember Saul? He loved David. Okay, he brought him to his house. But the moment the song changed, the moment the public started counting David's win as bigger than Saul, the love died. The love died. He stopped seeing David's victory as a victory for the kingdom and started seeing it as a threat to his ego. What we let in, we fall into what James warned us about: confusion and every evil work. We become a house divided. As the word said, a house divided cannot stand. So we got to stop killing each other over the thousands and start celebrating that we are all on the same side. We are all the human race, every last one of us. So we are all Black history is a profound way to look at our shared human narrative. It suggests that Black history isn't a separate, isolated chapter of the past, but rather a foundational thread woven into the entire fabric of global civilization, affecting every race and color. Okay? We got to understand that. From a scientific evolutionary standpoint, the history of every person, whether white, Asian, or Hispanic, begins in Africa. I know some of my sisters and brothers not going to agree with this, but everything began in Africa. We begin in modern humans, Homo sapiens, emerged in East Africa roughly 300,000 years ago. Every ethnic group on earth today is a descendant of the population that migrated out of Africa. The mother of humanity is called mitochondria. Eve traces all living humans back to a common female ancestor in Africa. We all have her DNA. No matter what your ethnicity is, we all have the DNA from Africa. Okay, Black history are the earliest chapters of human history. Every human being breathing today carries a passport that leads back to the Rift Valley in Africa. When we talk about Black history, we are talking about them. We are talking about the us that existed before the world migrated. It's not them people, those people. No, no. It's about us. Every single ethnicity in the world. It's about us. And whether you like it or not, we're cousins. We are cousins. So what's up, cousin? You know, we're cousins. And so, how does knowing we all share the same origin change how we lead? It should, or it can, move us from tolerance to kinship. From tolerance to kinship. When I had the Sister Girls Network, not when I had it, when I'm doing the Sister Girls Network, or when the Lord gave me to establish that, yeah, jealousy was all around it, but it didn't matter because you know what? I brought us together under the umbrellas of sisters. And y'all know I love my sisters. I love my sisters. And all five of us, all six of us are different. We have different tastes. We act different. We carry ourselves differently. But we have so many similar bonds. And one thing that is strong for us is that we are sisters. And nobody mess with my sisters. All right? No one. And we talk honestly to each other. And sometimes we get upset, but guess what? We don't allow that to separate us. And what I love about my sister, we have all the colors. With my sister in Scotland is light, like my other some other family member. My uncle OC just passed, and we always thought he was a white man. Okay, kind of, and my grandfather, my mom's dad, we always thought they were white, but we understood that we were family, and we are family. And it moves us. So when we understand that, it moves us from tolerance to kinship. I just found out that LJ was my cousin. And guess what? We just jumped on the what is it? Bandwagon. The bandwagon. The bandwagon. That's what you call it. The bandwagon and his cousin. He had several events to go through Friday night, but his first stop was to my party, right? And then some people say they saw certain people at my party, but they ended up at the Javasia concert. When you're intentional, you can plan it. It's tiresome, but you can plan it. And so often we are fighting over skin color, but we are kin, just a different color on the outside. So why fight your brothers and sisters? Huh? Why? When we focus on the container, the skin, we completely miss the content, the soul, and the shared biology. So I want to look at this through three lenses: the scientific, the social, and the spiritual. The scientific lens, the 99.9% rule. Listen to this. Science proved that the kinship I'm talking about isn't just a nice sentiment, it is a biological fact. Human beings, listen to this, because we're all Black history. Listen to this. Genetic uniformity. Listen to this. Human beings share about 99.9% of our DNA. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, we share about 99.9% of DNA. The difference we see in skin color, hair texture, and the eye shape are contained in a teeny fraction of that remaining 0.1%. The melanin in our skin color is simply the body's sunscreen, and it determines the melanin we all have. Some of us just have more of it based on where our ancestors live in relation to the sun. In a medical emergency, listen to this. In a medical emergency, a person of one race can receive a blood transfusion or an organ from a person of a completely different race. Point. Our insides don't recognize the outside color. They only recognize the human life force. When we're getting these people are getting heart transplant or liver transplant and or kidney, it's not dependent upon you're Black or white or Asian or Hispanic. No, it only depends if you're human. My husband told us the only blood that we cannot receive as humans is a blood transfusion from animals. We have different DNAs. Okay, we have a different DNA. So I hope y'all get that. I hope we get that we are all Black history. We on the inside, everything is the same. Our organs are the same. Our blood is red. Everybody. And it doesn't recognize the outside color. They only recognize the human life force. You are my brother. You are my sister. And it doesn't matter what color you are. And you're right here talking about hating each other because we're Black or white or Hispanic or Asian. Get out of here. We're brothers and sisters. We all are Black history. And when we fight over color, we are essentially fighting with our own cousins. You remember that. You remember that. And I know some folks, not going to agree. They're going to hate it. And it is okay. It is okay. It is okay. We're still family. And if you trace the human family tree back far enough, every branch converges in Africa. When an Asian person or a white person look at Black history, they aren't looking at someone else's story. You are looking at the root of your own tree. You are looking at the root of your own tree. God bless you, Pastor Fisher. When we fight over the outsides, we lose the intellectual capital of the person. We lose the servant because we are too focused on the suit they are wearing. Kids, in Genesis, God breathed, listen to this. In Genesis, God breathed the breath of life into man. He didn't breathe white breath into one and black breath into another. It was the same breath. And so, from a biblical standpoint, kinship is required. If we are children of the same creator, then every person we meet is a brother or a sister in a different wrapper. So a true servant leader looks past the hue to see the heart. As I often say, we have to show up not just for the people who look like us, not just for people we like, just for people we agree with, but for the humanity in everyone. For the humanity in everyone. Many of the pillars of modern society, mathematics, architecture, and philosophy, have deep roots in African civilization that influenced the rest of the world. And these civilizations provided blueprint for governance, engineering, medicine that were later adopted by the Greeks and Romans, forming the basis of Western civilization. For centuries, listen to this, for centuries, North African scholars called the Moors, Moors, preserved and expanded upon scientific and philosophical knowledge in the peninsula, introducing innovation in irrigation, paper making, navigation that eventually fueled the European Renaissance. I'm not going to get into a lot of history, but a lot of this I learned more when I was doing my master's in organizational leadership, and I found it interesting enough to share today. Okay, the modern global economy was built significantly on the labor, force, and free of Black people. The wealth generated from the labor of enslaved Africans in the Americas provided the capital that helped jumpstart the Industrial Revolution in Europe and the North American colonies. Countless inventions we use today, from the 3 light traffic signals and the refrigerated truck to advancement in blood plasma, preservation was pioneered by Black inventors. And these contributions are not just Black history, they are history of modern infrastructure and safety. We share a genetic passport. Okay? So when I say that we are all Black history, biologically, I am making reference to our DNA. Okay, I'm making reference, regardless of our current race we share a common female ancestor who lived in East Africa roughly 300 years ago. Oh man, I know some people listening to this, they're gonna hear me talking, they're gonna get off. But don't get off yet. Just stay around. We got to help each other. And oh man, this just dropped in my spirit. Sometimes people have this serious innate dwelling to help the poor, to help those who are less fortunate to really help. And the reason being is because we come from the same DNA. It is hard to love your family member and see them hurting and don't do anything about it. That is hard. Now I know some family members have some families have all this fighting on the inside, but what did I say earlier? It's because of lust and jealousy and envy and all of that, and not taking the time to talk and all those things. Man, you got to talk about it. That's why God said, don't bring me anything. Don't bring me your gift. Don't bring me your prayers. Don't bring me your dance. Don't bring anything to me until you get it right with your brother and sister. God don't want your dance. He don't want your prayers if you're not first getting it right with each other. But humanly, we think it's okay. So we don't do anything about it. We just continue to go forth. But that's not what God said. He said, get it right with each other. But we think, oh, I don't have to speak. In my heart, I still love her. That's not what God told you to do. He didn't say do that. He said go to them and reconcile with it. Get it right. Why? Because we're family. We're family. That's why. Okay. As our ancestors moved further from the equator into Europe and Northern Asia, their skin evolved to be lighter to absorb more vitamin D from weaker sunlight. The darker skin, that's your black cousins, remain at the equator to protect against intense UV rays. Look at this. Race is a coat we put on to survive our environment, but the DNA underneath that coat is African. Is African. The DNA underneath. That's why some people have rhythm. Some people have rhythm, some people don't. That's our African nature. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Okay? It connects Black history directly to the European Renaissance. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Europe entered the Dark Ages where much Greek and Roman knowledge was lost. Here we go again. The Moors, Moor, North African, didn't conquer Spain. They brought libraries. They translated Aristotle and Plato and Hippocrates into Arabic. The Moors introduced public bath, hygiene, street lighting, and paper making. They brought Arabic numerals. Okay, the Moors practiced a form of intellectual servant leadership. They built universities that were open to Jews, Christians, and Muslims alike, proving that shared history is built on cross-cultural collaboration. And this we got to understand. We don't have to fight each other. Listen to this point that I found out. It said the multiplier effect. It explained how one industry, cotton, created 10 others. Do you not know that God has gifted us so much in his image and after his likeness that one industry, one job can create 10 others, can create a whole lot of stuff? So when they did the cotton field, because of the high volume of cotton produced by enslaved Black people, the North needed textile mills. The mills needed machinery. And the shipping of that cotton required insurance. And banking, that's why we get Wall Street. We got the invisible hand of the market was for centuries a Black hand that was uncompensated. We read about the Black hand. I learned all this in getting my master's for my organization leadership, conscious capitalism, and all of that stuff. Conscious capitalists acknowledges that today's global prosperity was built on the loan from Black ancestors that has yet to be fully acknowledged in the history book. Okay, we got to understand that we are each other's family. We don't have to fight one another. Man, I hate with a passion. Hate. I hate with a passion. I hate when men and women can't sit down like men and women and talk pleasantly or get an understanding in business or really think that you might not have understood something right. Come on, we're big, we're family. And there are some people who have chosen to leave. I really don't care. You understand what I'm saying? It really doesn't bother me. We're still family. You could go to Guyana, you're still family. Because as a leadership consultant, as a co-pastor, I know that history isn't just about ledgers and balance sheets or inventions. If we stop at the stuff that they built, we miss the spirit they carry. The reason Black history belongs to the white, the Asian, and the Hispanic community is that it provides a universal blueprint for the human soul. It is a story of how you maintain dignity when you are being denied it. It's a story of how you lead with love when you are being met with hate. Okay, we have to move from the physical building being constructed to the spiritual foundation that everybody laid. The belief that every human being carries a divine spark. The Black struggle became a global song of freedom for every person on this planet. The traffic signal that I talked about, Garrett Morgan. Gary Morgan invented traffic signals were just invention. They first it was just stop and go, stop and go, but this caused horrific accident. So Morgan added the yellow caution light. Good evening, good afternoon. Okay, every person on earth, whether in Tokyo, London, or Tallahassee, is kept safe by the Black invention. The blood bank, the blood bank explained that before Dr. Drew, blood couldn't be stored long term. So he developed the method for processing and preserving blood plasma. Every person who has ever had a life saving blood transfusion is a recipient of Black history. Without Frederick Jones' invention of portable refrigeration, we wouldn't have global supermarkets or the ability to transport temperature sensitive vaccine to rural parts of the world. Okay? We all are a part of this. The tactics of the Montgomery bus boycott and the March on Washington provided a user manual for oppressed people everywhere. In the late 1980s, people in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania used the concept of freedom songs, heavily influenced by African American spiritual, to protest Soviet occupation. When Dr. King spoke, he wasn't just speaking for Black people. He wasn't just speaking for the Black people. He was speaking for people who are in the image of God, which is all people. When one group break their chains, they show everyone else how to be free. Okay? Dr. Martin Luther King and the leaders of that nonviolent movement didn't just protest. They engineered a social science. They showed the world that you could collapse a system of injustice without firing a single shot. But y'all, because we don't understand the point that we are all Black history, we fight and we fight so evil against each other. We fight so hateful against each other. We divide ourselves. That's why the human race can't win. Because the Bible said a house divided against itself, what we can't win. We're going to be destroyed. That's why this human race is falling apart. Because we don't understand that we are sisters and brothers. I had one of my white friends to tell me, Judy, I can talk to you, but when my mom and my grandmama come around, I may act a little different because they really don't do black people. I said, well, you don't either. You don't either. Because if I have to be a secret, hidden friend, no, we can't be friends, sis. I ain't no secret, hidden friend. I have no secret lovers. I have no secret friends. I don't. Come on. We're all sisters and brothers. We come from different homes. All our family, these billions of people can't live in one house. We can't live in one place. That's why I don't understand churches fighting each other. I don't like that. I never have. I never ever have. There's some things I just never was accustomed to. I never did with it. All my life growing up, even when I was raised and they taught that women couldn't wear pants, I never said I wouldn't wear pants. I never was for that. Ever. So I saw sisters and brothers wearing pants, and some would say they ain't saved. You can't say that. Those who ain't saved are those who sow discord, those who are non-forgiving, those who can't treat their brothers and sisters right, and then you teach that mess. You teach it, and you're this great pastor. You're not a great pastor. You're not. Not according to the scriptures. We can't do that. I can't hate you. I got some people I wish I can. I wish I could hate, but the Holy Spirit on the inside would not, because that's my brother. That's my sister. I stood up for someone the other day and they were like, well, they talk. It doesn't matter what they do to me. I'm still their brothers and sisters. I'm still their sister. It doesn't matter. I'm your sister. Even those who've been going to prison, they your locked up brothers and sisters. Hear me what I'm telling you. And we got to care enough for people for real, because y'all, we're sisters and brothers. Yes, this is February the 20th, that America celebrate Black history or acknowledge Black history. So what happened come March 1st? Our history is no longer necessary. Our history is no longer important. Well, it is important because you're important. And you're a part of Black history. Go trace your roots and your ancestors all the way back. We all created in the image and likeness of God. We all come from Africa. Everybody. So why fight each other? And we're getting down to the last thing. A young president calling people names, stirring up, fighting. And you can talk so that you can make people angry. You can, and because you make me point it and they get to see, everybody got their own lens that we see stuff. I know I'm the one. I know I'm the one. I ain't gonna never do this, and you ain't gonna never go to heaven. Not according to the scripture. And somebody probably saying, Judy, you can't judge. Let's get the Bible and look at what I'm talking about. Let's sit down and have a conversation. And let's discuss what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about my opinion. I'm going straight from the scriptures. And those of you who's shouting and going on, having these secret meetings and discussing this, and somebody called, asked me to be on the radio show. Not till you come talk to me and apologize, and we talk about what you said in the back room. Hello. See, I'm real. I'm real. What you're gonna get is real. I love everybody. I do my best. I love everybody. I do my best. I do my best. Yeah, people don't want to do this with this one and don't want to. Man, we sisters and brothers. We sisters and brothers. I went to one of my sisters' houses. Her house so huge. Her house is humongous. right here in Tallahassee, right on the lake, right there. I grabbed me one of her chairs and sat in her backyard. She said, "Well, welcome." I said, "Thank you. I'm welcome home." This is what I asked her. "I want to have a big party at your house. May I?" And you know what she said? "Sure, you're my sister girl. Sure, you're my sister girl. Sure, you're my sister girl." Because that's what it's all about, y'all. Got time for all this other foolishness. For real, we don't have time for this. You don't know when you're gonna drop dead, and it'll be a shame to drop dead and go to hell because you wouldn't follow the Bible. Because you wouldn't follow the Bible. Because you wouldn't follow the Bible. Got an alt against your brother and sister. You think they got one against you? Go to them. Now, if you call an asthma and they don't doing that, so McCaskill, that is that, and I mean to spread. I'm just as genuine. I don't fake it or anything. Some people say I talk too sharp or whatever. I tell the truth. As my husband often tell people, I'm better, and I'm better because I've grown. I don't have time for foolish stuff. I don't. Some people be so glad when splits come or when something happened or this happened or this happened. We left one jurisdiction in our church and we're going to another. We're going to another jurisdiction and we left one. But you know what my husband told that bishop? My husband told that bishop, he said, "Sir, in all our meetings, you always say we're friends." He said, "I hope we remain friends." Can I tell you, it doesn't matter what church you go to. If you're friends, you friends for real. It don't matter what church you go to. It don't matter what car you drive. It doesn't matter anything. We have three cars. We got a Q80 Infinity, we got a Mercedes, and we have a Kia. And the one I like to drive is the Kia. I like the Kia. I like that Kia. Okay, I love that Kia. I keep the Mercedes cleaner than I do the Kia because that's an electric car. But I like that. I like that. And the whole point of this thing today is, y'all, we're family. We are family. And the Bible doesn't say God made races. It says He made man in His image. And so, according to 1 Corinthians 12:26, listen to this. If one part suffers, every part suffers with it. And I want you to understand that Black history is the history of the suffering part. Black history is the history of the suffering part of the body finding its voice. And when that part heals and speaks, the entire body, hear me, the entire body, that's the white, the Black, and Asian, is made whole. Can I say that again? Well, I will. Thank you. Black history is the history of the suffering part of the body finding its voice. And when that part heals and speaks, the entire body, white, Black, Asian, Hispanic, is made whole. Everything is made whole. Everybody is made whole. We are each other. We are. As I stated, have a heart attack right now. You don't care where that heart come from. You only thing you want is that heart to work. Need a blood transfusion. You don't know where that blood is coming from. My husband had a blood transfusion and they brought it from Jacksonville. We don't know who, we don't know if the person was, we don't know. Only thing I wanted my husband feeling better. I wanted him feeling better. My baby died and I lost half the blood of my body. I lost half the blood of my body. Half the blood of my body went out. I could have died. But guess what? I had to get a whole bunch of units of blood. I don't care where it was from. I needed to match in my body. And guess what? They didn't look at the color of my skin. They looked at my blood type to make sure wherever it was going from, whatever, whoever needed. Good afternoon, Mother Sherry. Whoever needed it, they didn't. They just wanted to make sure it matched what I needed on the inside. And you know why it could match? Because we all, every single person, we are Black history. Whether you want it and whether this make you angry, it doesn't even matter. We're all Black history. Every last one of us. Every last one of us. Every last one of us. I am your Black sister. I am. I am. I am. The person you probably hate the most is still your still your sister or brother. They are. Wherefore comes wars and fighting and envy and killing and all this stuff amongst this human race. It's our lust. Our lust. We just want to tear somebody down. And you should want people in your life that tell you the truth. You should want somebody in your life who celebrate you. There are so many good relationships. There are so many good Black, white, Asian, Hispanic relationships. So many good ones. So many good relationships. I mean, so many good ones. We are good for each other. We need each other. We do. We need each other. We don't have to separate because we're different. We don't have to fall out because we're different. We don't. We just love folks and we make it happen for each other. We're all Black history. Every last one of us. Look at these you know why so many different people of color protest together or walk together with it? You know why? Because something on the inside of us calls us to gravitate towards others. Yeah, that's what it's about. We need each other. We need the older people. You know, we need the older. My mom died September 18th. My uncle Eddie B just died. My uncle O.C. Walker just died. My brother-in-law just died. That's 4 people, y'all. That's 4 people. 3 of them old. My mama, my uncle Eddie B, and my uncle O.C. My uncle O.C. was the presiding elder of the AME church over there. He lived in Quincy. He just passed yesterday morning, I believe. Yeah, yeah. He was 80 something. My uncle ADB was 80 something, I think. My mom was 86. My brother-in-law was 62, 64. Y'all understand this? We're family. We're family. And we're not just Black families. We're all family. Black, white, Asian, rich, poor. And that's why when people look at it, we got some of us, we got everything in our family. We got everything in our family. And Jesus came and died for every single thing, every sin he came and died for. Thank you, Mother Mitchell. Every sin he came and died for. In Corinthians, he lists everything, everything. And he ended by saying, such was some of you. Such was some of you. You got people in church, such was some of you. Such was some of you. So he said this, if your brother be overtaken in a fault, ye with your spirit should restore such a one in the spirit of meekness. He didn't say go out there and kill him. You can't kill nobody. Your sin ain't good either. That's why when he caught the woman in adultery, that's why he didn't condemn her, right? He didn't condemn her. He told her to go and sin no more. Right? And there are consequences to our action. We're going to have some brothers and sisters who are going to be in prison. Some going to get life, some get 20 days, some get time off for good behavior, some get the death sentence. You get all that kind of stuff right there. There is a consequence for when we met, and some folks just ain't been caught. And some some folk being caught and they go somewhere else, so some people don't know. Some people got some dark secrets that they don't want anybody to know. Right? You got some dark secret you don't want anybody to know. So don't condemn and kill others. What did God tell us to do for our brothers and sisters? I'm going to end with this. Some people say that I cover up for this and that. I no cover up. The Bible said to consider your own self. Because I promise you, it's going to spin your family way. And so we got all of that. We got all this stuff in our family. Black, white, we do. Good afternoon, Mr. Peaks. We got all this in our family. Hey, will y'all do me a favor? I'm getting ready to close. Will y'all do me a favor? My time is just about up. I want to have a few minutes, a couple of minutes actually. But would y'all do me a favor and share this? Would y'all share this on your page? Would you put some names on in your on up there that you would like to have others to listen to? I promise you this was good. I prepared for this. So as I close this hour, my objective today is that I want you to look at your neighbor differently. Don't see a different history, see a different chapter of the same book. Y'all ain't but one big book, and all of us are a chapter in that book. Every last person, you are a chapter in that book, and you're still writing your chapter in that one book. We are all Black history because we are all human, and our journey started in the same African soil. And if you want to, I want to encourage y'all to get my book, Show Up for You. Show up for this shared history and lead with this kind of servant heart perspective. So I invite you to pick up my book, Show Up for You. You can go and order it because when you show up for yourself, you are showing up for the thousand of ancestors who paved the way for you to be here today. We have spent far too long fighting over the 0.1% of our DNA that make us look different, while ignoring the 99.9% that make us exactly the same. There's only 0.1% that make our DNA, 1% of our DNA that make us look different. But there's 99.9% that make us exactly the same. So I want you to go out today and look at every person you pass, the person at the grocery store, the person in the boardroom, the person in the mirror, and say to yourself, that is my kin. And when we change our eyes, we change our heart. And when we change our heart, we change the world. I am Dr. Judy Mandrell, and I want to thank you for joining me on this journey into our shared DNA. Now go out there and show up for your family, all of them, every last one of them. I want to thank you for sitting at the table with me. And right before we pull our chair to the table to end this conversation, I will invite you to join me in person for our Bible study tonight at Life Changers Church of God in Christ. 7 p.m. is our prayer points with Elder Witherspoon, and Bible study will be taught by God's anointed teacher, Dr. Gerald Mandrell. So join us, and then join me Sunday. Sunday, y'all, we're having our Black History program. We're having our Black History program, and I hope that you all will join us. It starts at 11 a.m., and we're going to, it's going to be great. It's to change, I forgot the subject, but it's to change, I forgot, but I'll send it out again. But it started at 11 a.m. I would like for you to come. Be my special guest. Be my special guest. So I want to thank you all. And don't forget to get my book. Get my book. And I want to thank you all. Hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do too, right before I end. March is Black History. No, March is Women History Month. If you would like to be on my show, or you have some others who would like to be on my show, give me a call, 850-212-8805. And let's see if I can get you on here, because I'm sure you And I do 3 at a time, have a story to tell. All right. So y'all be blessed. This is, I am Dr. Judy Mandrell. Keep leading, keep loving. And remember, the DNA of greatness is already inside of you. All right. Until next time, remember, we are all Black history. That's real talk.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy.